out to be a good-looking guy.
Thank you.
How many years I've thought about you, and wondered what you look like, and the good Lord brought you this lady right here.
Oh yeah, she's a good girl.
I mean, you're truly blessed by having someone that cares about you enough to try to fill in the empty spots in your life, and that's rare.
Yeah.
That's very rare. So I don't cheat, I don't steal, I don't do drugs anymore. I mean, I have. I mean, I'm not going to deny I didn't, but I've changed my life, and I live for God, and I stopped on my own. And the good Lord was behind me, I know.
Right.
And maybe this is the minute He was keeping me alive for you. You can't ever tell.
Yeah.
I mean, because she said you go to church every Sunday, and you took this Sunday to stay off, and that's got to mean something.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's a magic moment to me. I mean, I've always wondered what I'd say to you when I first saw you. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know, what you look like and what I look like to you. Or I could have been old drunk laying in the side of the road, but that wasn't the way I was raised. My dad taught me to work for every penny I got, and I have. So, but I'm really glad you got in touch with me because, I've always wondered, because it wasn't because I didn't want to see you all these years. It's that I was just told not to.
Right.
And you had a very protective grandmother that loved you very much.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing I can say I'm sorry for not being there because I can't.
Right.
Because I wasn't there. But just know that, you were loved in my heart. I only got to hold you 4 times.
Yeah.
I never got to hold you but 4 times. After the 4th time, I was told to never come back around again. So you're alive, you know what I'm saying? Because once you go through that traumatic experience of, gasping for the last breath of air that you can grasp for, you really realize how much God loves you, because if He didn't, you wouldn't be going through this, It kind of enlightens you, so it changed me, you know what I'm saying? But I always wondered if I would ever meet you, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And it wasn't that I couldn't. I don't own a computer, so I'm not like my girls. I mean, they're rich and everything. One of my daughters, she opened up. She worked for Spa Fidel. She was their head esthetician, and she was fixing to get married. And she asked for a raise, and they wouldn't give her a raise. So she said, "Well, I'm giving you 2 weeks' notice. I'm quitting." So they. Oh, no, please, we'll give you a raise, just give us a little bit of time. She said, no, you've had your time. She closed up, she stopped working for them for 2 weeks, after 2 weeks, and 2 weeks later, she opened up her own spa, and she made $260,000 last year.
Oh, wow.
That's fine.
Daddy, I watched you run that yard sale for 30 years. That's what how I learned to golly. I didn't realize you could learn anything from that, She said, "Oh no, you really, you know how to sell." But anyway, that's one of my daughters, and my other daughter, she's got a real estate business,
Right.
and believe it or not, I know this is not a thing for me to be telling you, but I was really badly abused by my family, by my dad when I was being raised. In other words, every single day of my life, I was brutally beaten. So I really. To be honest with you, whenever Becky and I were dating and everything, I was scared that I would grow up married to her and beat you and be brutal to you because of what was happening to me. And it didn't happen to me, thank God. I raised my kids without any of that, but my brother did, and he was never beaten hard. See, that's what really messes with your head.
You have gorgeous hair.
Your heart, I mean, you'll never do it again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so you had never got to worry about it again.
Right.
No matter what. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not making fun of you or even putting you down for it. But I never, ever asked for any help from anybody. If God wanted me to stop it, He stopped it. And He did. He made me stop it. And when I was electrocuted to death, they had me strung out on morphine and Demerol every day. 3 or 4 times a day. You know in your heart that you've got the strength and a good bloodline. You know, you really do have a good bloodline. I mean, I may not look like it. Don't use me as a clone of what you should be or what you could be, because I'm not. You know, I'm just a person that works hard to try to survive and believe in God. You know, and I always hope that, you know, I haven't done anything this lifetime to make hatred in between your heart and my heart.
No,
You know,
there's no hate there. I never knew. Didn't
right?
you know? It was never talked about. Nobody ever said nothing. So
Well, I think they thought I was still, you know, wealthy, and I wasn't. You know, after I got married, boy, my wife went through money like it was doggone confetti. Ting! You know, if you throw $100 bills up there, snatch them out of there and spend them before you could get them to the ground. You know, you know what I'm saying? That's just the way she was. But it changes you. You know, all the things that you go through in your life changes you, and being around you, just for the moment you haven't said anything, and I won't shut up long enough for you to say anything.
well, I'm a kind of quiet guy anyway. So
But I just, you know, I feel that this is one of those magic moments that God gives you, you know, and it's rare, very rare, you know what I'm saying? And it makes me feel good that you turned out to be such a good person, you know. She says such highly good things about you, you know, which is, you know, it's very admirable, you know. I mean, she's truly blessed by God for doing this, because, you know, this meant something to you a lot, you know, and it means something to me too. Because after I read the letter, it was 10 minutes after I read it, and I picked up the phone and called her. It wasn't like I didn't want to ever see you. That's the reason it didn't take me that long to call you.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to meet you, and I always have. But I think your mom called, your mom, not your grandma.
Becky.
Yeah, Becky. She called my wife one time about 14 years ago and wanted us to get together. Well, my wife was so hateful. She said, well, Terry don't want to have nothing to do with him. If he did, he'd already been there with him. Hey, to make up for lost time, all I can say is there's a future.
Right.
And I'll try, if you ever need me, you need some blood. I got good blood. I've got really good blood. And I'm sure we got the same blood. So if you ever need any blood or a kidney, I'll give you one of my kidneys. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'll be there for you, because I take good care of my kidneys, you know. I don't drink soft drinks, I don't drink beer, I don't drink liquor, so I don't do drugs. So if you need one, I'll give you one. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted you to know that, you know, it's rare in this lifetime that someone ever meets the person that they've missed being with all their life. You know what I'm saying? And she's made sure that you've got that, and this is a monumental thing to me. Maybe not in your life, but it is
Yeah,
to me.
it is. I've thought about it. Like I thought on the way down here almost every day for as long as I can remember.
Well, I'm sorry.
Listen,
And-
you gotta be sorry.
oh, I know. I'm just sorry that you know, time is so vicious. You know what I'm saying? That you can't always. It's gonna happen to me. I'm gonna live till the last breath leaves the planet, brother. I got needs, man. I know that's selfish and greedy of me, but
That's
my
hard though.
gosh, I want to live here until there's nothing left.
So your mom and dad had how many kids then?
My mother had 3 sons.
Oh.
My brother Gary lives next door to me. He's a prison guard out at the Prison Diagnostic Center, which I made sure he never got to guard me. Because he'd love that, let me tell you. But he got a will made for my mom, before I ever knew anything about it. He got a will made where if my mother died, he got everything, and he did. I know you have a million questions, and my mouth won't stop flapping. I mean, I'm so proud to meet you and to know you, and you know, I know you don't believe that, but I really am. I'm really honored that somebody that has never been in your life, you'd want to at least know what they look like. You know what I'm saying? It makes me feel honored that that this lady right here went to all the trouble to fulfill your love and your needs in your heart. So,
You know, I talked to her about it a few times, so she knows.
well, ask me something.
Oh,
I know you got something to ask me. Anything. Ask me anything. 'Cause, listen, I swear to God, I haven't had hardly any sleep at all. Worrying about what my mouth would overload my butt and say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because listen, there was a lot of things that went on in that time period. When I didn't get to hold you but 4 times. I mean, I know this sounds odd to you, but I can remember every minute and every time I ever held you. You know what I mean? I mean, it changes you. You know, it's like I've got a mixed grandbaby.
Oh, I want to see pictures too. I'm all about pictures.
That's my mixed grandbaby. My daughter married a not a Puerto Rican, but a Filipino.
Oh, she's pretty.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Yeah,
and
she's
Hope's
pretty.
even prettier. Please ask me something. I swear to God, I'm gonna go home and say, God Almighty, I really think this is a unique moment to me. I mean, you may go home and say, well, I'm glad I did that. I'm going about my business now, but it is a very unique moment in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, mine too.
Because it's not what I can do for you or what you can do for me. It's the closure. It's not closure like we'll never see each other again. It's like closure, like you have a sense of what wasn't there and what could possibly be there, you know, in the future. That's the reason I wanted to hug you because I always swore that if I ever saw you, I'd hug you. Even if you hated my guts and even if you wanted to kill me.
Right.
You know, I always said that was the first thing I'd want to do. Because you can't make up time.
Yeah, but you ain't nothing to make up, so.
Oh, I know.
You
But time, you can't make up what's been missed. You know what I'm saying? You just, hey kitty cat, hey baby.
She's going up underneath that tarp.
Yeah, that's where she probably slept last night. Jesus had, where all he had to do is touch people and they'd be healed, you know? But I wasn't, but it doesn't matter. But, you know, I really wished I'd been born with that kind of talent, you know what I'm saying? To
Yeah.
be able to help people and be able to heal them when they needed to be helped. So you think it's like God comes into your life, you know, when you die, I mean, like the head-on collision, you know, and stuff like that. I mean, it changed me because it means a lot to you, you know what I'm saying? It isn't always what they can give you or what they can show you, or it's what comes out of their heart and out of their mouths. So, start talking! And I was at that time. We were living in, like I said, a $750,000 house out in Enon Forest. And
Where's that at?
Enon Forest, it's, you go out Campbellton Road till you get to the waterworks. You know that big road that goes around the waterworks? As you go around the waterworks right there, you come to, I think there's 2 or 3 roads. The first road is called Enon Road. You go down Enon Road about 2.5 to 3 miles, and you come up on the corner of Enon and Wallace Road. Yeah, but it's called Enon and Wallace Road, and there's a big white house on the corner there. It's all glass, white Hollandaise stone, has 2 big red doors on the front, has a 2-car garage, and we had 5 patios down the back of the house. As you come in that foyer, you had a sunken living room, a big sunken living room, and then you had a big dining area with a big huge table that served 21, and you know, all that kind of crap. You know what I mean? We had 5 bedrooms, and the basement was the full length of the whole house. So it was huge. It was like 3,600 square feet of living space. And then Mother and Daddy loved glass, so the whole house is glass. Glass and white Hollandaise stone. My mother designed the house. And, you know, when we were living out there, I hardly got to see Becky, but when we were working at the store. And basically, whenever Martin Luther King was murdered, my dad had a sporting goods store, and they hung a black wreath on our door. Told them that if we were open whenever they buried him, they would burn our store to the ground. So Daddy loaded up every gun we had in the back end of a station wagon, 2 station wagons, and we took them all home with us. You ought to seen my old man looked like he was a doggone mercenary or something. Sitting there with a daggone AR-15 bulletproof vest on, all that kind of crap. I don't think I have bulletproof vest, but I know that person and talk to a person. So this to me is very enlightening to me to know who you are and know that, you know, even you're not spotless, and neither am I. We've both been through drug trauma. You know what I'm saying? The things that we went through in our lives, we took drugs to try to erase it. You know what I'm saying? We really have, and that's why we did it. I'm sure. You know I did. It took me 25 years to get over being brutally beaten every day. I mean, every day of my life, I can't remember ever getting out of bed that I didn't get beat before I went to bed at night. And a lot of times when I was in bed at night, I was being beaten. You know, I've been tied to a wall and beaten with a rubber hose till blood ran into my shoes. And that's what my dad, it took 6 cops to pull him off my big brother. So, I mean, you know, it's not like I had a wonderful life, you know. I lived a rich life with all that money and everything. When I had it, I was trying to get away from it as fast as I could. You know, that's why I begged that I'd raised my girls. I know I would have.
Right.
You know, I'd been there for you if you ever needed me, but it's too late. You know what I'm saying? But at least I know, you know, that if I'd have been there for you, neither one of us may have never done drugs. You know what I'm saying? We may have conferred into each other what was bothering each other. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you never know what is going to happen in life. You never know what we do every day is going to affect us down the road, you know, or what's happened to us is going to affect us down the road, but it usually does. You know, that's really, I guess I got strung out on coke, you know. At least it wasn't heroin, you know, I never stuck a needle in my vein. I'm clean, I don't have no, I saw you had a tattoo, I'm not putting tattoos down, but I never even got a tattoo put on my body because I hate needles.
I got several.
Huh?
I have several, so.
Well,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter, man. That's
All
not.
jailhouse
That's,
tattoos, but-
well, that doesn't bother me. That doesn't say who you are. I mean, you know, that's who you were at the moment. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with who you are now. You know, that's changed you to who you are now. Which you look, and I'm saying it again. I know I say this a lot, but you look like you really, you know, you took good care of yourself. You
I'm next.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll bring them down here.
Okay.
All right, well, we're gonna ride.
All right.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
All right, you have a good one.
You made my millennium, let me tell you. This
Thanks,
means a
thanks,
lot. This
thanks.
means a lot. You're an angel.
Thank you.
You're truly an angel. You really are.
All right.